Hi everybody, it's Az here from Heel vs Babyface, and I'm going to bring you the second part of the Dominance Offensive storyline quests today. Yeah. Now the first part was to found Dominance Point, and I think I mentioned that my fraps had made a little bit of a poo-poo, so I couldn't record that. So we'll do that another point, don't worry. But this is the second part, and it's now sending me to Capital City. I think it's Shrine of Two Moons for the Horde. Yeah. In Vale of Eternal Blossoms to speak to Garrosh. Now, he couldn't meet me inside for a coffee, could you? No. He has to stand out on the terrace going, I'm Garrosh and I'm all mean and evil and I shall survey everything. And all that kind of crap. And he's saying some very scary stuff about the Mogu, how he likes their idea of ruling by fear and, and having slaves, and he's not sounding very nice, is he, at all? Now, this type of quest line is what I like to call progressionary questing. And this is what I would like to see completely take over from dailies. I think Blizzard need to get rid of dailies because, in my view, daily questing is irrelevant. It serves no purpose. It's absolutely irrelevant. If it does hold a purpose, it's simply to get you more reputation with that faction. But take, for instance, the Golden Lotus. You go out, you go to the Golden Stair, you kill 6 Mogu, you stop the ritual for the big behemoth to spawn, you then free 30 spirits, 5 slaves, etc., etc. But 3 days later, 2 days later, most likely the next day, because they seem to be on a very weak rotation system, you're doing it all again. So what you did those 2 or 3 days ago becomes absolutely irrelevant. You haven't progressed. Now, there are dailies for the Dominance Offensive. Now, so far, I've completed 3 days worth. You have only seen the one so far, but I've recorded them all. And so far, I've had 3 different types of dailies. So wouldn't it be wonderful? Oh, wouldn't it be wonderful if you had your set of dailies that were just specific, and I'm using the term dailies and they're not technically dailies. So you had your set of quests which were specific, then you got a final quest which progressed the story along, and then the next day you went back and something all completely new happened. But I don't know if I'm living in a bit of a dream world. Yes, it will take a lot of hard work. There's absolutely no denying that. Blizzard are the first people to claim poverty and lack of resources and all this, and yet they're quite happy to boast they have 10 million subscribers, and if they have 10 million subscribers paying $9 a month, that totals up to rather a lot of money that they have. So when they're not just feeding the shareholders and they do get a little bit of money back, why don't you start to get a proper team together to work on the questing system, which has been so poor in Mr. Pandaria? If the people that want to disagree with me, no problem at all. This, of course, is my opinion. But if you go to the forums, it seems to be riddled with that kind of talk. Yes, and I know the majority of the forums tends to be on the negative as opposed to positive side. However, I think there's a lot of truth to be said about the lackadaisical dailies that we have at the moment, the way that they're being drawn out purely to make the content last longer. When something like this is actually really good fun. I am now feeling properly immersed in this expansion, and what I've done so far in patch 5.1 has been very good. But it's going to get to that point very soon, maybe even today, because I haven't done the dailies today, when I go back to Dominance Point, and it's exactly what I did 2 days ago, 1 day ago, 3 days ago. And then whatever I did in those days has become utterly irrelevant and pointless. So now that we've taken care of all that nice little Quillen stuff, Horde, why don't you have a letterbox on the outside of your front door like we do with the Alliance? Are we just civilized and you're just uncouth? But let's see what letter he has actually sent to myself. So thank you for all your help, yada 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 yada, yada yada yada, love you, yada yada yada, will you marry me, yada yada yada. Okay. So, what has he given us? He's given us a scroll with a little bit of the storyline. So, please feel free to pause the vid, have a little read through that. Talks about the weapon which Garrosh is wanting to unleash or get his hands on. Dirty bugger. And I hope you enjoyed the video. So please do like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Twitter and like my Facebook. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.